What's up guys, my name is Jragon and welcome back to some Satisfactory. Now this video is going to be a little bit different as unfortunately for the first half of my recording, my voice actually did not get picked up at all. I don't know why that happened, but it's unfortunate that it did. So I'm just going to be here voicing over things that I have done during the first half of the video, and then eventually it'll pick back up to where I'm actually talking in real time again. So if you guys do enjoy this, then do let me know down in the comments below and I'll do more voiceover stuff. But anyways, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below, and let's get into it. In the last episode, I attempted to go find quartz. However, the ones that I found earlier were bugged and didn't show up on the map at all. Either they are underground, or the pings that are on the map are just incorrect. Regardless, I decided to go down to where I know another quartz deposit was, and go grab that to make myself blade runners. On the way, I managed to find and open this little drop pod, meaning I did have another hard drive to research. Afterwards, I went off and mined the quartz that I needed, went back to base, researched the things that I needed to research, and finally made myself a pair of blade runners. After I finally got my blade runners, I decided to finally start on steel production since I unlocked that last episode. And last episode, I actually talked about the idea of belting a lot of the coal from the 3 pure nodes up on the cliffs all the way over to a ton of different iron nodes on the opposite side of the rocky desert. Now, because I had AFK'd a little bit overnight, before doing all of this, I had plenty of resources to start with that idea. So I started placing foundations in a line straight from the coal deposits all the way over to the iron deposits on the opposite side of the desert. After making the bridge to the place that I wanted to stop, I managed to set up a 4-stack of Mark II conveyor belts to bring all of the coal over. And I belted it back all the way to where the deposits were, all the way across the rocky desert, which, fun fact, took about 4,500 reinforced iron blades. I then went to the awesome shop and unlocked the conveyor lift floor hole buildable, which, watching a few Satisfactory shorts, I did see that you can make infinite length conveyor lifts using them. All you need to do is connect one lift to the floor hole, and no matter what length it is, it can be any length, tall, short, whatever, it will connect. So I don't think I'm going to need all of this space. However, what I want to do is get a separate building, kind of maybe just off over here in this direction, for smelting down all of the iron, which will then be belted all the way over to here, which will then process all the iron and coal down into steel, which means I can actually dismantle this line. I won't need that. Although this one right here I'll need, and then a line over here. And everything will just get split evenly into a lot of different things. So we'll have about 480 of each. If we divide it by 40, we're going to need 12 of these foundries, which means we're going to need a lot of modular frames. So just for the foundries and all of the miners that we're going to need on the iron, we're going to need 160 modular frames, which that is quite a lot. So we'll figure that out in a minute, but I do want to get all of the iron smelted up first. So we're going to set up just a little smelting line, and it should be relatively easy to do. All right. So here's all 16 smelters. Here's are all the mergers that we're going to need to merge everything up. And what we are going to do is we're going to take the back 4 and we are going to bring them up with the Mark II belts. And it doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's coming out of this merger right here, which I guess doesn't look that bad. But if we connect everything up, should be good to go. Now, in between all of these is going to be Mark IIs, just like so. And these already are Mark IIs, so we don't have to worry about that. And then all these can come together as well as Mark IIs. And then get connected together like that as Mark I's. So, realistically speaking, that should be 120 a minute. This should be 120 a minute, although we do need more reinforced iron plates, which is fine. And then the two coming out of here would also be 120 per minute. I'm gonna go grab some more reinforced iron plate real quick, and we should be good to go from there. And actually, while I'm back here, I forgot just a little bit. Hard drive is done. And we can see, yes, here we go. This is the one thing I needed. This alternate recipe right here, Caterium wire. This thing is nuts. So it takes 15 Caterium ingots per minute, which is nothing, to turn into 120 wire per minute. Let's say we had a normal Caterium node and we had a Mark II belt on there, which is 120. We have 8 of those, and if we do 8 times 120, we can have 960 wire, which, if we do the stitched plates at 37.5 per minute, means we can have a total of 25 assemblers worth of wire. And if we wanted to take that number, 25.6, and do that for the actual iron plates we're going to need, 480 iron, or 480 plates per minute. So it means later on in the future, we can upgrade that thing a ton. So yes, we are picking up that right now. That is exactly what I was looking for. All right, so we have a lot of the modular frames we're going to need, but we don't have all of them. And what we're also going to need more of is these steel pipes, as well as this encased industrial beam. So we have a little bit more work ahead of us to do, but it's not too bad. We just need to make more steel, which I have plenty of iron ingots to do, and we should have everything else we need. What I didn't account for in the steel is the recipe that I'm using. I'm using this solid steel ingot recipe, which takes 2 of each and turns into 3. So I'm getting 50% more steel. So in reality, instead of 480, I'm getting, I think it's what, 720? Yeah, that is insane amounts of steel. 720 steel a minute, by the way. Not in like a little bit of or not in a few minutes, not in an hour, no, 720 steel per minute. So we're back here at where the steel is going to be produced, and what I'm actually going to do real quick is take all of these splitters that we're going to need, because we're going to be doing basically the same thing that we did with the mergers, and we're just going to line up all of these, and these back 4 will just come up 1 layer, and we will have 2 lines of iron that will just come down and get connected into everything. And there is that side set up. So everything should be set up the exact same way, which it does seem like it is. So we have 3 nodes over here, and we have 3 nodes over there. I'm only going to need 4, so I'm just going to use the 3 from over here because they're closer, and then 1 from over there. Now, with everything being belted over like this, it means connecting everything up is actually hella simple. All I do is grab this one, shove that into there, that one goes up top, these go across into here, and then that one goes up there like that. Super clean, super simple to do, and now all the iron should be hooked up, all these smelters should be hooked up to power as well. Everything should be good to go, so we're just going to give it a little bit of a test and see if our power can even handle all of this. The jump in power is not too bad. We went from 250 about to 350, so about 100 increase in megawatts that we are using. But everything's running how it should be. All the iron is getting brought back over here, at least I presume it is. And these all should belt out about 120 iron ingots per belt, which it does look like that's how it's going to be. So we are good to go now. So here's all the iron ingots. We can already see a ton coming through, which is actually really nice. And everything should be getting enough iron to hold all of it over, which it does look like is what's happening. So that is awesome. Already getting backed up hella quickly. All right, all right. And we can set up everything else. So let's get everything starting right over here. So now we can belt over all of the coal that we're going to need. All right, so there we go. All the coal is over here. All the iron is over here. And we're going to run these belts down the middle of this, but we're going to have the foundries on the outside. So we have everything we're going to need besides rotors. I did not realize those were going to need those. All right, so we have everything we're going to need. We only need to build 12 foundries, which shouldn't be too bad at all. And we're going to need 6 foundries on each side. So then what we're going to do for the first 3 foundries, this coal belt will be handling the first 6. And then we can bring over this top one because this will be handling the next. And then same thing goes for the iron. This first belt will handle the first 3, and the top one will handle the next. And now we should see each of these get coal, and each of these should be getting iron, which they are. Look down the way, each of them gets coal, each of them gets iron. Very, very cool. So now these just have to be set up the same way. And now we just gotta line up a lot of power poles again and power everything. And now once I connect these 2 together, everything should turn on and start producing steel, hopefully. Hopefully this doesn't break the power. Oh, they all turn on at the same time. Okay. Ooh, look at that production. Okay, we are getting dangerously close to our capacity that we can make. Sometimes we actually go over the production just a tad. So we will have to take care of that at some point with more coal power. And every 2 of these gets combined into a 120 belt. And now we are storing all of the steel. Very nice. So these should be filling up rather quickly, which is exactly what they're doing. So in between episodes, I'm going to fix our coal power, but that will be it. And next episode, we will build up everything that we're going to do over here. And yeah, as you can tell, fuses get blown because we go just above where we are and everything drops. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, do be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. It does help me out a ton. And if you guys do want to see any more of this series, do let me know by liking the video and commenting down below any ideas you might have. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. And I will talk to you all later.